Hello, ladies and gentlemen, or mostly ladies. This is Naj. I wanted to do a video on polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, I'm doing a video on this because obviously I am dealing with polycystic ovarian syndrome today. I actually took the first steps into actually finding out about it. So it's kind of my journey. Me and my husband are looking forward to having a child in the future. And we wanted to take the precautions to make sure that we could actually go about having a child, being healthy, doing all this other kind of necessary stuff, in order to make sure that when we have our child, we're all good and set to go. Pretty much what came about of it today is that I went to the doctor. He basically went over it. He just wanted my medical records. But basically the plan that he told me about, he sat me down. He was very nice, very instructive. He basically explained polycystic ovarian syndrome. And that is basically it's hormones in your body that can mess with your thyroid, that can mess with your metabolism. It can mess with a lot of things in your body. Mainly it creates cysts in your ovaries, and where the cysts come from is that the cysts come from you not actually ovulating an egg. So if you're not getting that egg down, a cyst will appear. Apparently, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard, and I don't know if I got it right. So a cyst will appear, and if a cyst appears, then that means that your body can't produce an egg. And if you don't have an egg drop, then you can't get fertilized, and you're not ovulating, and you're not pregnant. So basically what is given to you is pills or surgeries in order to remove those cysts, in order to make it possible. Now, removing the cysts really don't matter as far as getting pregnant. Cysts don't actually, cysts aren't the concern, which I thought was apparently the concern. I thought that in my mind there was big cysts blocking an egg up here, and the sperm was coming up or whatever, and then there was a cyst that was just blocking it. So that's what I thought. But apparently cysts don't matter. What matters is your egg actually dropping to get fertilized. So the cysts are just, something that is caused by the treatment. So, you're just trying to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in order to in order to, get the treatment taken care of. Now, mainly what he told me that we were going to start off doing was basically to get my periods. I have never been regular for my periods, ever since I've had periods, and I believe I started when I was 12. I have never been regular. There's never no 28 days with me, sisterhood. So what I recently did was a couple months ago, because I started getting more interested in taking care of my body and finding out that if me and my husband could actually have a family due to this polycystic ovarian syndrome, which, let me tell you, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome when I was 15. I was given medication for it. I did not take it because I didn't know what the hell it was, and I was scared, and I didn't want medication, and I never did research because I was 15. And my mom, she really didn't know what it was. So it was kind of like something, doctors tell you have, you're not too sure, so you just kind of push it out the way. So that's kind of where we ended up with that little thing. Once I got married and, started having those problems, and I'm having constant side pains, I start worrying, hey, is this has anything to do with that polycystic ovarian syndrome that I had before? Little did I know it did. Now, what I did, like I was saying, is that a few months ago I started trying to track my periods to make sure that I was regular, to make sure that I either, if I could stay regular, if there was some kind of constant, if I could kind of determine when I was going to get my periods. To find out that was a big waste of time because my periods are just bipolar and they come when they want to. So what I downloaded onto my iPhone was PinkPad. And PinkPad will just basically show you a picture of me, see how happy I am, and then it'll also show you how many days late I am for my period. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is 37. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's later than that, but I'm thinking past due. So it is 37 days past due. So it's not actually 37 days since the last time I had a period, but 37 days past due. So at that 28 days and 37 days on top of that, meaning I haven't had a period since May 11th. Yes, I know, it sucks because you feel like you're less of a woman. You really do, because you're not having your periods, you're not doing anything regular. It's like, what are you doing? Something that you have to deal with. Anyways, some of the symptoms, if you don't know what polycystic ovarian syndrome is facial hair among the face, acne, gaining weight, which I have gained. And around probably 4 or 5 months ago, I was 170, which was a good weight for me because I have really huge tit toots and they sag down. So if you saw me, they're like this. Keep in mind I don't have a bra on right now. I'm at home, so. So yeah, that is pretty good normal weight. It looks like good normal weight to me, at least, especially with my figure. Now, recently when I went to the doctor, I'm 206. Now, people will say that I look like I'm the same, but I'm not. I have chubby cheeks. My arms are getting chubbier. You know, you can see the thickness. I wasn't this thick before. And my husband keeps saying my thighs are just huge. So, you know, I'm starting to know that difference. You know, facial hair I've always noticed since I was younger. Actually, I noticed it when some guy at school, I guess I was in the light, and he saw it. He's like, you have a long hair sticking from under your chin. And it sounds gross, but you have to understand, you know, when people go through things like that, especially with your hormones, you're producing it. You know, you can't stop your body from doing it. And there's things to prevent it. And also, not regulated periods is a symptom of polycystic ovarian syndrome. And abnormal paps. So you would get cysts seen in your paps. So they would think it's abnormal. They can think it's cancerous a lot of times if it hasn't been seen as a polycystic ovarian syndrome. So it is sometimes can be scary, especially when you get to that point where a doctor is coming new into your situation and not actually knowing or haven't diagnosed you yet, and it's seeing abnormal pap smears when you do a pap. So it does make it look like you have, you know, maybe cancerous cells. Sorry about that. Anyways, so the plan of treatment that was told to me today was that we were going to first keep me on the metformin. Now, metformin, I don't know what kind of forms there are right now. Not right now. Actually, around 2 or 3 months ago, I was put on metformin by a doctor in Michigan. I'm now in Florida. I was put on metformin. It's 500 milligrams, and I'm supposed to be taking it twice a day. Metformin, the ones I'm taking, I don't know if this is the generic one or what it is, but this is the one that I'm taking. And why I'm showing you this, I don't know if you can see, it says 12. Oh, sorry, I had it upside down. 12. I'm showing this because I want to know different medications. Metformin is something I've been taking for around 3 months now. I have yet to have a period. I have yet to lose weight. I have yet to stop doing facial hair. So I've heard that metformin is most likely for diabetes, but it's a good, you know, it helps with the resistance of insulin. So that's where they're trying to go at because it helps with the thyroid and the metabolism and everything like that. But I'm looking for something that's going to deal with my polycystic ovarian syndrome. So what he said was that I was going to keep on taking the metformin. He was going to get my medical records. After we got my medical records, we were going to try something to induce my periods. He said it's a pill. I forgot what he said it's called. Any ideas, let me know in the comments below. But it was a pill that we would take for 7 days, and he said it was supposed to induce my periods. So he said once it induced my periods, then we would go from there. Then we could regulate how my periods come. When we regulate and find a time where it would be a good time for me to ovulate, I would take one pill, it would drop my egg, and then we would know how to start bang, 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 boom, boogie. So, yeah. So that's what kind of steps we're on now. Right now, I have always been taking prenatal vitamins. I'm pretty sure they're the cheap kind, but I've still taken them. Reason why I've been taking prenatal vitamins because if and when me and my husband do not have protective sex, so just in case, you know, just because I have all this polycystic ovarian syndrome and some praise of God that I get pregnant naturally and without doing all these pills and medication, that I do want to be prepared. I do want to have my body prepared. And then I have been drinking a lot of water. Haven't been doing any strenuous exercises just because I do have really bad pains from those cysts. And that's in the right lower abdomen. So I went to the hospital numerous times about that. Mostly I've heard is the cyst ruptured, the cyst ruptured. So, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, we're at good standing points with that. And yeah, so and then he said Clomid, that it was something that we were going to take as well, and in addition to the metformin once I start taking it. So it's kind of just been a journey, and like I said, today is my first day, so I'm just kind of weighing it out. I'm gonna probably start uploading videos in additional to my regular videos about my polycystic ovarian syndrome, because this is something that's really close to my heart. It's something that I really I have to deal with, and it's something that I really know that a lot of women struggle, especially if they're trying to have children, or they're dealing just with infertilities, or they're actually dealing with just the symptoms of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Um, gaining weight and having facial hair really can be a depressing thing to have, especially if you're a woman. That's something that is frowned upon, basically, because you're a woman. You're supposed to be smooth and natural and skinny, and it's life. That's what they say. That's what you want to be, and it doesn't help that you have a medical disorder, keeping you at this level. So, for any of people who are dealing with polycystic ovarian syndrome, please write me a comment in the box. Comment below. Only because I say that is because I really am confused about how this whole process works. If you've been through some of the processes with your doctor, I really want to know, is it strenuous? Is it long? Is it a quick fix? Basically, by the end of the session, he told me and my husband that we should be optimistic about getting pregnant. He doesn't see anything that's really holding us back. And in most of his cases with polycystic ovarian syndrome, he's always seen success. So that finally put a smile on my face, and you don't know how that feels to know that you can bear a child with your husband, and that you can start a family from going to years of, doing things and not having any results. So it gets you down, you feel less of a woman. Honestly, you do, when you know that you don't have that feature in you. But when a doctor can tell you, hey, you can get pregnant, we're just going to have to do a little extra steps to get you there. And, it's still going to be natural, but, you just need a little help by some medication. It makes it sound so much easier than, okay, we're going to stick you up with this needle, we're going to inject you with that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Yeah. So, yeah, just let me know, and I'm so excited. Okay, today is the 15th of July, and it's Happy Day. That's why I'm excited. It's Happy Day because I got good news to you guys. So like I said, if you have anything that you can possibly tell me or inform me about this, hard times, bad times, sad times, whatever you can inform me about, please let me know, because I'm struggling here. This is just from a struggling PCOS patient. Bye, guys. Have a nice day.